Well, hello world. Here we are again. I am Teresa Miller. I am the 2024 District Vice President and the 2025 incoming District Vice President for Women's Council of Realtors. I am the broker and owner of the M&M Team Realty, and I specialize in probate, trust, and divorce sales. And I know that you've been seeing all of my videos and you want to know, what is this Women's Council and all these amazing people that you're talking to? Well, Women's Council is the most phenomenal professional organization literally since sliced bread. And if you don't know, now you're going to meet one of our incoming leaders, our amazing Janell. She is the 2025 president. She is currently the president-elect of the San Diego network, and she's going to tell you everything that's about her network, and we're just going to have an amazing conversation. So, Miss Janell, who are you?
Hi, I'm Janell O'Meara. I'm actually a second generation San Diegan, and I'm honored to be a part of Women's Council of Realtors San Diego. I was first introduced to Women's Council of San Diego several years ago, and the minute I walked through the door, I thought, well, what is this place? What's it all about? And I walked in, and the minute I walked in the door, I felt like there was just this red carpet of energy that just and people would come up and, welcome me and introduce me and kind of grab me under my arm and took me around, introduced me to many people. From that moment on, I thought, wow, these are really strong, powerful people that just want to unite and connect. And I sat down at a table and there was only two people there. Three other people came up and filled up the table and we sat there. And from that day forward, I'm in contact with those leaders and they've helped lead me to where I am today. So Women's Council has
Wow.
been an incredible journey for me.
You guys still keep in touch with each other.
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, some of these people, this first meeting that I was at was some of our leaders that are at the California and state levels today. Some of the local
Wow.
past presidents were the ones that helped kind of take me under their wing and tap me on the shoulder and say, we want you to be a part of us. So,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. Well, that is just simply amazing. Now, I love San Diego. I come down there every chance that I get. What areas do you serve down there and what do you specialize in?
So in San Diego in general, being born and raised here, there's really pretty much all of the county. I even go up into Temecula, all the way down to the border, east and west. I've got several listings right now. One way up in San Marcos, got one
Mhm.
in East County, one coming up in South Bay. So pretty much most of the areas in San Diego I cover. And if it's an area I'm not familiar with, I get myself familiar. And if I'm not comfortable, then I do a referral with somebody else. But for the most part, I've sold all over San Diego County,
Oh my goodness. How long have you been in real estate?
about 14 years now.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Real estate is it's so much fun because we get to help people with the largest transactions of their lives. We get to
Yeah.
walk them through this journey called the real estate process and showing them that we care, that we're here for them, that we're here to service them. It makes all the difference in the world. I can't even imagine doing anything else but serving our communities.
Yeah. And for me, real estate really wasn't my original thought, wasn't my original goal.
Mm.
I double majored at the University of San Diego.
Hmm.
Um, I received a degree in communication studies and a degree in psychology, um,
Mhm.
and then also got accepted into a PhD program. So my goal was really developmental psychology, and that's my path that I was on.
Mhm.
It was not a part of that path. And in my background, nursing background, worked at many hospitals,
No
etc.
way. Are you also a nurse too?
Yeah, of course.
Look at there. Oh my
I
God.
know. I knew we had another connection.
Yes.
Yeah, I
I
did. I
worked at
worked
the
in several.
VA. I worked there
Yeah.
for 32 years. Get
Oh
out
my
of
gosh.
town.
Well, it's interesting. So how I got on this path, if you will, in real estate was I got into the PhD program.
Mhm.
There were several hundred that submitted and only 12 of us were accepted. So it was this huge
Wow.
journey, honor. Um, I then found out shortly after that I was pregnant with twins.
Mhm.
So I had to take a leave of absence. And from there, I had 3 kids under 3 and I was a busy mom. So
Wow,
by the time I could go back to the program, I was a busy mom with 3 kids and then figure out what am I going to do next.
that's a
So
lot.
at the time I decided, what am I going to do? And several people said, you really need to get into real estate. And I thought, when I leave here, I want to be someone that made a difference in this world, that left something that made a difference. And real estate has done that for me. You asked me what my specialty is. I work with seniors. I've done several probates. I work with new home buyers. I do a lot of, listings, some very complicated ones. And I think that I'm honored to be chosen for those based on my background in the past of working with people, having, as you know, as a nurse, a compassionate heart. And in real estate, you wear so many different hats. One day you've got on a stethoscope, the next day you've got on, you know what I'm saying? And you really
Next
have to
day, you
know,
cleaning the floor.
you have to know the pulse of what's going on in order to really make it. And for me, this is a career. It's not just a job, it's a career and it's a path
Yes.
that has just been the greatest thing. And then getting involved in Women's Council of Realtors really made me realize some of the things that I really didn't know I had. I didn't know I had the leadership skills that I am now embracing, and then giving back to the community or offering to other agents when I'm working a deal. I'll say, you really should, gosh, can I offer you some assistance?
Right.
Your avid that you filled out, you put none, 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 none on everything. I said, you got to go back and find something to put on those, because
Mhm.
someone's going to want to know you were there. And the guy's like, why would you tell me that? I'm like, because my
Exactly.
role as a leader is to give and to educate everybody in the community. And I
Exactly,
got to
whether
call
they're
back,
on our
and
team or not.
they're a team or not. And I got a call back about 3 weeks later with a really nice gift saying, thank you. I'll know
Oh,
going forward to always find something to put on my avids. Made a
yes.
difference. Somebody told him something nobody ever did. And he said, I've never put anything on it. I said, you're kidding me. He goes, now I got to go back and worry about the past. I go, that's on you. But you know
Exactly,
what I mean?
exactly.
You think differently when you're in a group with Women's Council of Realtors and different leaders that are guiding you
Yeah,
forward in the movement of all of the new changes in the industry. You really have to stop and take a pause and take a deep breath and say, okay, what can I do today that's going to embrace and make a difference for tomorrow
exactly.
and yesterday in my life and others around me? And if you have that goal and you're driven,
Yes.
you're going to always survive whatever is thrown at us. And really, Women's Council of Realtors has given me the skills to be able to see that I never saw in myself before as a leader.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. And speaking of that, as the incoming president for your local network, what's your vision for the future of your network and how
Well,
you plan to implement your vision?
so our vision that we're going for this year is really to embrace, empower, and include. And
Nice.
the more that we can embrace our current members, our current leaders, and future members, the more that we're going to be able to grow. Because there's a lot of people to this day that don't even know what's Women's Council of Realtors. Well, come
Exactly.
on to a meeting, let us show you. So my goal is really to just make sure that we're empowering, embracing, including. So one of the things that we're going to start doing is we're going to have some things as people come in for events, some just little note cards to kind of jot down things and ask people, what is it that you want to see? What is it that we can do to help you grow as a, woman in real estate? Or how can we help you grow whether it's your business or your team or individual? And really, I want to embrace our members this year and really find out what they need, because
Mhm.
they're the ones that we are working for, and we need to hear why they want to come to our meeting. There's 5 meetings going on
Yeah,
tomorrow, and why should they come to ours versus the other 4? And
that's a
we want
great
them,
example.
and we want them to be able to have that answer for us by them saying to us what it is that they want or need from us as leaders within the San Diego Women's Council of Realtors. So I've always had the vision of is include everybody, get everybody together at a big round table. Say, what do you guys want? What do you think? What do you like? And really
Mhm.
embrace that, because if it's just your team, if it's just your immediate leadership team, your board,
Mhm.
necessarily giving everything that people want. So we need to learn to be
Exactly.
flexible and pivot to the needs of the people that are within our membership as
I
well
love
as
that.
strategic partners.
I love that because we're thinking of them. We are also empowering them. I love that. And now that leads right on into our second question, which now we're talking about member engagement. We're talking about their growth. What strategies do you have in mind to increase the member engagement in addition to doing the surveys and the nerd cohorts that's going to grow your membership base?
So after just coming back from Network 360,
Mhm.
listening to some of these empowering leaders and learning how to grow from one another, I realized that one of the things that we really, really need to do this year, along with so the vision is we really need to implement more things for our members. So one of the things that
Okay.
we just started is basically we're going to be doing a monthly and it's going to be a meet and greet. Not everybody has to show up every time. We've got a list
Mhm.
with things as like the hike at Torrey Pine State Beach. We
Mhm.
start at the hike, and as we're going down the path to the beach, we're all going to have empowering statements of things. Okay, what do you feel now when you're at this level? And what are your thoughts? And how does this tie into
Oh,
women's council? And what can we do? Because you're really embracing nature when you're on a hike, and then you're all of a sudden you're at the very top, and you're getting ready to go down this hill at Torrey Pines, and there's just nothing but ocean and the
wow.
horizon. And so we're really trying to engage people in what do you see at the horizon? What are your thoughts when your
Wow.
feet are in the sand? What is it that makes you, move? And we're going to embrace lots of different things like that. We also have, we just recently did a scavenger hunt. We got everybody
Okay.
together and we broke everybody into groups and said, okay,
Mhm.
this is our bonding time. 6 people in each group, and we're all going to go. This is a list of what you're looking for. Here
Mhm.
are the hints. Everybody go and everybody come back and then we'll share. That was really a lot of fun because a lot of the people didn't know each other and they all had to go find things that were hidden all around. We did it down at the Kona Kai here in San Diego and they all came
Mhm.
back. And at the end, everybody got a gift because a
Oh
gift
my
of friendship,
God.
a gift of getting to know someone you didn't know yesterday, a gift of knowing, wait a
Yes.
minute, this woman has so much in common, like you and I in the nursing field. We can relate
Yes.
in that with the patients and the past experiences. So the gift really, everyone likes to win. Oh, I want to win that prize. I want to win that route, whatever it might be. And then
Mhm.
we also had kits for s'mores and did s'mores on the beach and stuff. But we're really engaging members and coming up with ways to get each other together. And we're taking a
I
poll.
love
What do
that.
you want to do? As a member, is there something fun that you have that you do with your business or one of your clients? Someone said they have someone that owns a rock climbing business. Let's
Mm.
go, so we're in the works of that now as we speak, but the goal is to really find out what our members have to offer, what they want to do and how they can get involved and really listen to what they have to say so that we can
Mhm.
embrace that as well. So that's kind of our goal.
Oh my God, I love that because as the members are getting involved, again, you are showing them that you value them. You
Yeah.
appreciate them for joining your network. You appreciate them. And as they continue to get involved, they learn more about the organization. They learn more about each other. That is a great way for you guys to give and receive referrals. It's a great networking opportunity. You learn the specialties that everyone is doing. I think that is fantastic. I totally love that.
Thank you. So that's
You
kind of
guys
our
are
goal,
going to
just to
be
really include
awesome.
people and just make it fun.
Yes.
And yeah, and we've also done some things like we have an event coming up that you meet your local candidates. And so we're doing a big event where we have people that are running for electoral positions or that are
Mhm.
already in them. And we're going to have people be able to come and talk with them and give their voice. What are you going to do for us? How are you going to earn our vote? And then really
Yes.
make it a member engagement so people feel
Mhm.
like they can also have a voice or, and the main thing I think is Martha Mosher is Berkshire Hathaway's president. And
Mhm.
she's one of my idols, role models. She's
Mhm.
really
Mhm.
empowering. And she always says, every time something comes up, just remember that for every problem, there's always a solution. So we
Exactly.
really want to make this year solution-based so that if there's a problem, how do we come together to make a solution? And I took that
Exactly.
from her and I thought, you know what? If you think about that, you have this huge problem. You're like, how are we going to solve it? How are we going to get through this buyer broker? How are we going to get through all these obstacles that are being thrown at us once for the first
Exactly.
time in our industry? Well,
Exactly.
that's the solution. So we need to find the solution, and doing that together, role playing. That's my vision for our
Yeah.
team. It could
Oh
change
my
a
God, I
little.
love it. It says you mentioned a perfect thing about the role playing. Think about the smaller independent brokerages
Mhm,
that may not have anyone to connect with. Like I am an independent brokerage. And if it wasn't for the Women's Council family, I wouldn't have anybody to bounce ideas off
mhm.
of. And, I may not necessarily have decided on the leadership path, but as you continue to provide those avenues for everyone to come in, that's going to make a huge difference, a huge difference. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I might have to come down there, do a little rock climbing, but you got some baby
Let's
rocks to
do it.
climb on, girl.
If not, you can come to our next scavenger hunt to Konakai.
Oh my goodness. So now that leads us to our third question. And our third question, and you kind of touched on this too. What do you see as the biggest challenges facing your network and the real estate industry in general? What do you see? What's going on? What does it look like?
Well, as far as what we're going to do in regards to that is, obviously in the real estate industry that we know what the challenges are now. We know what the obstacles are. We see brokerages going from this huge area to cutting down, cutting back,
Mhm,
putting in a drywall to separate a room. We see what everybody's doing within our industry to survive. And I
mhm,
think really addressing the challenges that we have in order
mhm.
to get to that solution, if you will. We
Yeah.
need to be cohesive and do that together. It's like we've always said, it's not me. I may be the incoming president, but it's all about we. It's our
Yes.
team, it's our members, and our
Yes.
strategic partner. And the
Yes.
more that we embrace that, the more that we'll be able to get through it. Just yesterday, I called up a agent in our office and I said, okay, you seem really stressed out. She said, I keep practicing how I'm going to say this to my buyer, why they need to sign this agreement. What I really need to do, what you really need to do is take a deep breath and we're going to role play it right now. I'm that buyer. Let's go.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden it was like, that was so easy. I'm like, well, I've only done two, so I'm not a pro at it, but we've got to get over these challenges. Role
Exactly.
playing to me is huge. So I think to answer your question about how we're going to get over these challenges that we're facing in our network, I think all of our levels, have membership. I
Yes.
think for membership, I think once we get through the obstacle of letting people really know who Women's Council of Realtors are and really knowing
Exactly.
what we can give and not always what we can take, really what we can give. Because
Right.
going back to the comment about the gentleman and the avid, that was a huge thing. It was a simple little thing to give. It was just an
Hmm.
idea, but it was a huge reception for him and changing his whole way of working in the industry.
Exactly.
So as far as challenges go, we just need to collaborate. We need to be together. We need to be a team.
Exactly.
We need to be a force. And what I've started doing, Teresa, is when I'm doing an open house,
Hmm.
have our little booklet for membership. If a
Okay.
realtor comes in and
Hmm.
I introduce myself, she's showing the people around. I said, hey, by the way, I tap her on the shoulder. Before you leave, here's a little brochure about Women's Council of Realtors in San Diego.
Wow.
And if you're interested, call me. I know you're with your client now, but give me a call after and I'll explain it to you. I've had at
I
least six
love
people
that.
call and say, I've never even heard of Women's Council of Realtors.
Wow. Now
So
that's outstanding. You are the first person that have said that.
yeah, it's
You are the
and
first. I love that. I don't care where you are. Don't look at me in my eyes because, we're going to talk about Women's Council. We're going to talk about real estate. We're going to talk
Mhm.
about church, maybe our grandkids. But by the end, we're going to be best friends.
Exactly.
I love that. That is
And
how
the other
we
thing
grow our network. That is
that
how
is really,
we let people know who we are, because this is an
yeah,
outstanding professional organization. Our current California Association of Realtors president, Melanie, started with Women's Council. Heather, our
mhm.
president-elect, also started with Women's Council. So we are producing great and amazing leaders. And we have to stop being the best kept secret. We are here to help
100%.
everyone, men and women. So we got to get the word out. And that sounds like that is exactly what you're going to be doing.
It is, and to piggyback on what you just said, the other thing that I'm going to do this year is I'm starting to take notes on little comments that are made. For example, I was at an event recently, and one of the ladies came up to me because I had reached her and I said, I know you've been a part of Women's Council in the past. How do we earn you to come back? She goes, I need information that I can use that's going to empower me, that's going to help me grow and help me change. I said, I've got it. Here's what we're going to do at our next meeting. Come to our next meeting and tell me if it's what she came. She goes, this is what it's all about. This is what I need. This is what I love. So I saw her then at another event. And you know what she said? She goes, you know what? Thank you for coming over and talking to me and asking me what I needed to come back to Women's Council of Realtors, because no one's ever asked me that before.
See
So it's
there?
just, you look around the room, and if it's not always at a Women's Council event. I was at this builder thing for San Diego for downtown. And I'm looking around like, I saw her like 5 years ago. Where's she been? Oh, I saw her. So just making the point to go to these people and ask them, what is it you
Yes.
want from us? Can you come join us? And her comment was, Women's Council of Realtors has really given us some absolutely incredible leaders. And she's part of the SDAR, San Diego Association of Realtors board. And her exact words were, Women's Council of Realtors has created such incredible leaders that those that are on our board, that when we see someone come in and apply for a board and they're with Women's Council of Realtors, it's a no-brainer. We know that they're going to be a part of our team because they're leaders that have been trained to make changes in challenges and help grow the industry. I'm going to start taking those
Outstanding.
testimonials. I'm going to start putting them down with quotes and adding those to brochures about Women's Council of Realtors. Say, well,
That's perfect.
so, and
That's
then also the only
perfect.
last thing is, I usually have, if I'm doing an open house, I'll have a flyer for an event and just say, hey, if an agent comes in, say, here's our next event that we're doing. And if you're interested, we'd love to have you. Matter of fact, if you give me a call, you can be my guest. I'll get you a ticket.
Oh my God,
Another
girl.
way to get people involved. I don't know.
I love it. Do you know how much value you are providing? Oh my God. I
Thank
am
you, Teresa.
loving, loving, loving that at our upcoming fall meeting, which is going to be right here in Long Beach, California, at the Marriott, Long Beach Marriott. And if you're watching this during this time, we'd love to have you come check us out, come join us, come see what it's all about.
Mhm.
So, how can they get more information about you and your business? And how can they get more information about joining and becoming a member of the San Diego network?
Well, you can start off by reaching me if you'd like, Janell O'Meara at 619-972-3207. But better yet, this year, my goal at the very beginning of the year, I sat down with our local president. I said, let's create our own website. Let's get it done and let's have it. So we do have a WCRSD. So we have our own San Diego website where we have people can go to and learn about us. People can say, I'd like to come help run a meeting. What do I need to do? But in the interim, they can reach out to me. I'd be honored to talk to them and include them in anything that we have coming up. Again, I'm, Janell O'Meara, native San Diegan. I love what I do. I love my career. And Women's Council of Realtors has given me so much drive, so much more than I ever knew or thought I could have.
Oh
Reach
my
me and I'll be
goodness.
happy to help you.
I love it. I love it. People, you've heard it. You've heard it. You've heard it right here. So you must reach out to Janell. Her information is going to be in the comment section below in the description. Reach out to her. I love the ideas that they plan. They're up and running for a wonderful 2025 year. So with that being said, we're going to see you later and
Thank you.
catch us with our next interview.